Hello, everyone, and welcome to MOE'S CD Culture Show and Tell. And as you can see, I got a different camera. I hope it's a little bit better than what I was using before. And I got a microphone. So I should be set. It should be much more clear, much more to hear me better. So let's begin. So today, as you know, I'm doing Tool, the first part of a three-part special. So today I want to talk about the first couple of albums, the first three albums mainly, starting of course with Opiate, my first favorite Tool CD. I was a fan of Tool since it was only CD, before Undertow. And this CD, I have to admit, it's amazing. It's amazing, you know. All their CDs are amazing, but this was the start. You know, everything from Sweat, Hush, Pardon Me, Cold and Ugly, the fifth track, and Opiate. You know, I want to keep this kind of clean and PG a bit, Well, I can say it. The fifth track is Jerk Off. But, Cold and Ugly and Jerk Off are live. It's a great album. There's not much I can say about it. Everybody who knows Tool knows how great it is. And yeah, when it was just this. And the first song, I'm not sure if it was Hush or Pardon Me I first heard. Because I heard Pardon Me, the first time I heard Pardon Me was on a skate video from one of my good friends who's also named Morris Gautreaux, but he pronounces his name Maurice Gautreaux. Well, everybody calls him Morris. I'm Big Mo, he's Little Mo. That's how it's been for years. We've been friends for a long time. So anyway, getting back to the Tool. So yeah, that was it. So yeah, it was on his skate video that I had seen, heard Pardon Me, and I saw the video for Hush, and I was pretty hooked. So I went, and as soon as right away I had to get the album, and as soon as I heard the album for the first time and it came to the title track, Opiate, that blew me away. It was my favorite song on the track, and it still is. It's still my favorite track on this album. I mean, of course, what initially got me into Tool was because of Hush. Hush just kind of, because I understand censorship to a point, but there is a point, with the whole PMRC stunts in the past, they can go overboard. There's a limit to just what you should censor and not censor. There's so much stuff that they censor and they shouldn't be censoring. People should be more, aware of what's going on. Anyway, that's that. But then not too long after that, of course, we got Undertow. I got the one, there's some you can get with just the black cover completely. And there's others that has pretty much the logo on it. That one's cool. Yeah, of course, everybody knows the track Prison Sex and Sober. Those are the two big tracks. My favorite song on this is 4 Degrees, of course, because the first time I heard it, it's not just the song itself, but sometimes with Tool, it's the message. And of course, it has Disgustipated, which has an extra track. Well, it says song 10, but technically it's song 69 on this album. So, and not to forget to mention that on Opiate there is a secret song too. If you keep Opiate playing at the end, you get to what they call the Gaping Lotus experience. So if you haven't heard that, if you've always kind of stopped it at the end there and didn't let it play, there's something extra at the end. So after those, and then we come to a big change in their sound and they got more progressive. The first two are more metal, but this album, and I don't know if you can see how it changes in the. So it's one of those. Now I have to admit, okay, I bought this again a second time because the reason why I bought it the first time, the reason why I bought it the second time is because the first copy I bought had a huge crack right across the front. It got cracked somehow, and that bothered me. I had to get a new one. So boom, I got the new one, and the one I had before, how the ridges for the 3D of the cover was on the outside. This one is on the inside, which is actually a lot better. It makes it look more like a regular CD. It doesn't have that ridges, so it doesn't, make a sound. So it's a little bit better. Unfortunately, and this kind of bums me out, and when I bought this, I buy all my CDs at Frank's Music whenever possible. If you're ever in Moncton, I gotta look at the camera and not the picture. Whenever you're in Moncton and you go to Frank's Music, talk to Carl with a K, and buy local. Just that's all I have to say. Buy local whenever possible. When I bought this at the store, there was nothing wrong with it at all whatsoever. I got home, I opened it up, and that's when I noticed that this one, okay, one of the knobs on the top here broke off. Are you kidding me? Just bought it brand new, and I don't know, it fell off. Well, anyway, so I can only put it, and because it's the case that has the 3D, I can't just put another case. I can't replace it with just any other case. So that kind of screws me over there a little bit. And when I opened it up the first time, okay, now the inside, okay, I changed it so it was when I opened this up, okay. It didn't have the 3D packaging on the inside for the fault line to earthquakes and that, so they get the Arizona Bay, the islands of California. That wasn't on there. So thankfully I saved my last case, the other case I had of this, okay, and replaced it. Because the other one, my previous one, still had the 3D on it. This one didn't. I just took this cover off, stuck on the old one, and now I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah, you should be able to see a little bit. I do see it. So yeah, that's California falling into the sea and making Arizona Bay. So, and yeah, this album. And every album got better and better and better. And not to diminish in any way, shape, or form the previous albums, but they've gotten tighter. They've gotten more. I love that progressiveness of it. I love the odd time signatures and stuff. The first two, they're more standard. They're really really great. I mean, they're the chunky. I listen. There's a YouTube channel I love watching called Rappers React. Trash talkers, rappers react. They do reactions to many different genres and different songs. They do two requests on Tuesdays and no. What is it? Thursdays and Sundays? Thursdays and Sundays. They do requests. At least 4 per week. So if you're a Patreon, you'll get your request. I've already had 3 requests done. They're the only channel I'm a Patreon for. I don't Patreon to anyone else but them. I've been watching them and interacting with them for way over a year now. So So they're a good group. It's Behringer Bynes and Larry Ramirez. You, they go by Hollywood Six and Smokey Ramirez. It's Larry Cowan. Sorry, Larry Cowan. Smokey Ramirez. Larry Cowan. Anyway, so to continue on this. Sorry if I sidetracked for a little bit. Now to continue on this. Even the inside covers, if you change them around, that's Bill Hicks, great comedian, died way too soon of pancreatic cancer and that. So, another dead hero, as it says. Now, one day there, I'm going to get more into my feelings and philosophy of Tool. But just for the moment, I'm just, giving a quick review and my love for these CDs. It still bums me out that that was broken. I didn't break it. When I opened it, it kind of fell off. Like I didn't realize it was broken when I bought it. I was just so happy to get one. And so, I also have this as a companion. If you don't know what this is the string quartet, tribute to this album. So this album is this album, but as a quartet, with the violin, cellos, and contrabass and violas, that kind of stuff. Now it's interesting. It's really great. There was a guy I met in Montreal who wasn't aware of Tool and that, and I just wanted to see how he would respond just to listening to this. He said it was one of the coolest roller coaster rides he ever had in a musical experience. He said, hearing this for the first time without any context of this whatsoever, he didn't, he never heard this before. He goes, it kept him guessing. He had no idea what was coming up next. He thought it was so well put together and so wonderful. So yeah, a string quartet version of this. This is relaxing to listen to. It has all the same songs, everything that this has. And of course, I'm wearing my Vicarious shirt today. So, I'm going to call it for this episode of MOE'S CD Culture Show and Tell. Because I got more to do, but I don't want to make these videos too long. So, this is the end of part 1. I wish everybody to take care, be safe, and see you on the flip side. And later, everyone. Bye.